Hey, Jeff from Rabbit Ears here. Last night I was able to sit down with a lot of the cast and crew to go over episode 7, which is a Sherlock Holmes episode on Zoom, and talk about our memories of it and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. One thing that we didn't know at the time was my mic was off. So the people in the room could hear me, but the audience cannot. And so here is our amazing discussion without me, which, by the way, we like to refer to as Rabbit Ears Perfect. But this is our discussion on episode 7, which is Sherlock Holmes and the Search for Green Jobs, which is an oldie but a goodie on the show. So it was a lot of fun, and my thanks go out to Juliet and Matthew and Dan for a wonderful evening. Unfortunately, no one will ever know what I have to say. So otherwise, enjoy.
I think that the reason like that I couldn't do more than shorts for the most part is because like my style is I watch for like a little bit, like for, it could be for like, 30 seconds or something, and then something hits me and I pause. I'm like, okay, I think there's a joke there, and now I have to stop and figure it out. And then, so it takes me like, for the shorts, it takes me like an hour or more, and it's like 15 minutes of watching, really. So, yeah.
Don't drop your pants in front of your boss.
I think the movie is drunk.
The credits are making me ill.
So the same as always?
No, I mean literally seasick.
To be fair, I would also put the spreadsheet was so that he had the timing, so that he knew, okay, on this second, put this joke in. And then he, of course, would put the joke in like 3 seconds later, and everyone would be like, what?
Well, because I'd stop it exactly, and I'd be like, okay, it is at this second, and like write it down, like, okay, and then, oh no, but this one is too, like, and sometimes I think I'd even a few times I'd get rid of a thing because I was like, no, it's too close to to this other thing. Again, forgetting like there are multiple people writing for this, so chances are other people are having jokes at the exact same second too. So
a business has to live within its income.
Unless you're the U.S. government.
Many factors affect that income. Sales, general economic conditions.
Hi.
Yeah, but it was kind of cryptic. Like, to me, when I saw it, I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. It looked like a Coen Brothers movie where, like, oh, one of those guys is going to kill the other guy. Like, it just seemed to me like something else was going down.
That's why we've always had two fellows working there.
Some of it requires no clothing, but enough about us.
Well, two fellows who were supposed to be working.
The other guy has a future in Congress.
The other fellow I want to tell you about is Walter, Bob's brother. Bob's twin brother.
Darth Walter, the Sith
But the
Lord.
resemblance is only skin deep.
So I'm trying to write jokes for it, but I was too like scared that this was going to go south for these people, and somebody's going to end up in a wood chipper or something like that. So,
Say, Mr. Wiley, did I ever tell you about my twin brother?
Ed's twin will appear in How to Keep a Job 2. Walter Goes to Hawaii.
What did this film instruct us on again?
but the props, the robot was one of the things that I had the privilege of making, and Jeff would give me a props list, and I hadn't, like, it'd be first show that I hadn't seen, and it'd be like, we need, it'd be like, whatever, 4-foot magic wand and a purple crayon, and it'd be all these things. So I'd be in the garage making this stuff. Sometimes I'd have to look it up, like, well, I wonder. I don't want to make a Hitler puppet. Maybe there already is a Hitler puppet. so I would look that up, and then my Facebook feed would be like, still want those Hitler puppets? Like, it just come up. I'm like, oh, no.
I don't know. A job? I knew a guy who had a job once, but 10 years later he got eaten by a bear.
Matthew, I really want to be a fly on the wall when you're making some of these things, because you make some of the most brilliant props, and then I look at it and I'm like, wait, is that that's a Coke bottle top. It's like, and you put all of these things together and you make these amazing, amazing creations.
Well, thank you, Dan. It was really, really fun. It was nice, honestly, that the budget was tight because you had to make do with what you had. And I remember telling, like, you wanted a big purple plastic crayon bank. And I'm all we got is yellow. Can we just write the script to say yellow? It's like, no, we already did the Magenta Man animation. Like, it has to be purple. I'm like, okay, all right. So
No, wait. That wasn't a job he had. It was rabies.
no, and he just says it with conviction. It was fun. At the Comic-Cons, when we'd go around, you'd hand me a camera and Pete, Tom, and say, okay, do something with half this room. So I'd be like, I have an actor here that will do literally anything I ask, and 4 acres of props, and people dressed as Deadpool. Like, you can't go wrong. It was just like, I can do anything with this.
I think cupboards are funny. Yes.
So I remember, there was a tattoo parlor there, right? You get a tattoo. If you got a tattoo of Comic-Con, it was free. Right, but which is amazing. But then you could get any other tattoo. So I asked Tom, hey, ask that tattoo guy if you could get a TIE fighter tattooed, but with the General Lee paint job on it, right, from Dukes of Hazzard. Well, Tom doesn't know any of that stuff, right? Like, he didn't know. And he's like, explain all these words to me again. I'm like, TIE fighter, General Lee paint job. So he does it perfectly. He walks up to the tattoo artist. The guy doesn't know what we're up to. And he asked for it. Could I get a TIE fighter with the General Lee paint job on it? And the tattoo artist goes like, that's the baddest ass tattoo I've ever heard of.
Hey, Pete, did you get everything done on the list?
Everything but feeding the alligator.
You have an alligator?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd sit down here in the living room and I'd watch a show all night doing the same thing, just hitting pause and laughing. And I'd have my headphones on. So to my family, I was just insane because just be in the living room laughing like every 5 minutes, like really hard, and then all the way till dawn. We're like, okay, he's nuts. We've lost him.
Universal presence? Is that like a towel?
The woman in green. They do know this is a black and white movie, right?
If there is a random line to be thrown out, it's to me or to Tom.
Right.
Like, so,
it's really,
okay.
If it's really, really off the wall, it goes to Tom. If it's mildly off the wall, it goes to you. And then
Right.
For you, like, we never knew I never knew what Tom's internal story, was. Whereas Dan, we always had something for you. You said made sense to you, as a character, because we knew where he was. So it seemed random to the observer, but we knew what we wanted, Dan to do in the long run, which was pretty cool.
He wants to circle breadcrumbs around the park leading to the gas station.
I want to tell him, okay, I want to circle breadcrumbs around the park leading to the gas station.
To get the squirrels,
The squirrels.
You got to bring the squirrels there because you're going to catch it on fire. That's the only way
Yeah.
to do it. I love Dan has total commitment to what he's doing, and it works out. It's insane, but it always works.
Yeah.
He's got
which is like a confirmation bias for Dan, be like, of course, you making the Eiffel Tower or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And
Tower.
it's not supposed to work, and yet it does. And so for you, your character, you're like, yeah, of course, you just go right along. And to me, that was always baffling and awesome about that character.
I was a spy for Zimbabwe.
So there were a lot of different favorite things that I liked about this one. This one I think had the best use of whoopee cushions.
Now, I deduce there was a whoopee cushion under my chair.
Now try to control yourself, Miss Merrick. You're with friends.
Like the timing of the whoopee cushions was just spot on, and it ran throughout it. And you had the one where like the entire room is sitting down at different times, and the whoopee cushions are just going, and it was a symphony of whoopee cushions. It was beautiful.
Be seated, won't you? Gentlemen, if you wish to know what able men you are.
I have such a huge respect for Sherlock Holmes, and I love the stories, and I love the old movies. But as we began to watch these movies, I began to realize that that Sherlock Holmes is a little bit of a jerk, you know.
But with the feeble-minded, as you say... excuse us, Mr. Holmes.
Certainly.
I love leading my friends to their embarrassing death.
And that with just the slightest nudge, he himself is a caricature. So when you took that nudge and you run with it, to me it points out how Basil is like, you know, he's a little bit over the top as well, you know.
You realize that a whole day and a night have gone by since that festive affair in Edgware Road? I'm as much in the dark as ever.
But I found the Caesar head bust unguarded in some random lady's apartment.
That was the most fun. It was writing Sherlock Holmes jokes, knowing that you were going to do them. I was like, again, I was sitting here in the living room just laughing, just knowing how it was going to be. So, yeah, it was a treat. It was a treat to see it happen.
Wearing any gloves? A startling omission in a young lady of fashion.
No, she didn't put her coat on. Open car, too.
I might also deduce that she is not wearing anything under her clothes.
I was just gonna say, like, I did write. You can see I have this long list of lines because there were so many. But I think my favorite part about this episode, and I think it's for all of the episodes, because that's just kind of what we do, is we make, like, there's a lot of references. It's pop culture references, but there were so many in here that just, like, there was what the Matrix one. I loved that one. What if I told you I had a red pill and a blue pill?
Yes.
And it's a black and white movie, so I took both. That's really great. But the one I appreciated most, I have to say, was when they're going into the club. I don't even remember where it was, but there was a White Christmas reference, and that is just near and dear to my heart. And they started saying, "Sisters,
Oh, yeah.
sisters,
Sisters.
Exactly.
Take that pen and write what I tell you to write.
What I tell
I have
you
at last
to
found a
write.
case... which I
No,
cannot solve.
stupid!
No, stupid.
Oh, damn it!
Speaking of Vicky, and I know that this is totally throwing off the subject, but I love that this was the one time she was really excited about a show. She's like, yes, this is awesome. And then everyone's like, what?
Okay, Holmes, I'm ready for that tree now.
You got it, Professor.
Wait, are you supposed to be Professor Moriarty?
How can I put this? Yes.
But Holmes and Moriarty are enemies, and you two are working together, and this is stupid!
I really like goofy stuff, so I appreciated, like, when they're there's the opening scene and they're going past all of the, you know, the guards, the English guards, and
The CID had slept even less, but the nightmare that kept us awake
Hi, Bobby.
was all the same.
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby.
That's
Hi Bobby, hi Bobby, hi Bobby. I don't
Yes,
know.
that was-
I like the
that-
silly stuff.
That was one of my favorites too. It's so simple and
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
but the nightmare that kept us awake
Hi, Bobby.
was all the same.
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby.
That's
like, there's a lot of times where we'll have just a readings where we're just mispronouncing something, you know, and it's like you're reading the word on the screen, and we just have so much fun with mispronouncing. Like, this one had Atrocity.
Oh, right.
I didn't know I lived in Atro City. Jolly odd name for a city.
I will hurt you.
I didn't know they lived
Atros.
in Atro City.
But I remember, and I think that's something we consistently did. Like, whenever, I know I did it, whenever I was writing, I'd see a word and I'd try to, you know, how can I, it wouldn't be thinking, how can I mispronounce this? It's like, it just naturally, I want to say things, you know, so they're pronounced a different way.
murderer came in through those French windows.
Holmes, how could you
The
tell?
mud from the garden.
Before I came on set, obviously I had not been on set, and so I had assumed that through the magic of movies that there was actually a TV set there. Yeah, so when I came in for the first day of watching you guys film, and I looked over and I'm like, okay, well, there's the rabbit ears, but, like, where's the TV? And you're like, Matt, there doesn't have to be a TV, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. Right.
Okay.
A lot of people's story arcs, right, were developed by whatever one of the characters was in one of the movies, and that sort of set the course for all of our characters, and then we just stuck with it. We're like, I love that. To me, it was flattering to the audience to see that there were stories behind the stories. That if you watched all the Rabbit Ears together, there's a through story, and that the friends are truly friends. You know what I mean? What they actually do for each other and care for each other. To me, I love that that was there all along. Like, yeah, we do want to get those jokes out fast and well, but that there was like they're worth watching all together. Right? Love.
I worked for a car wash. It was cool for about an hour, but then I ran over a pigeon.
I refuse to answer that question on the grounds that you might incriminate me.
No, seriously, I have an ID that I mailed in and got. It's in here somewhere.
There were spurts of blood all over the car. I hate them. And I mean, it's like fountains.
Hey Jeff, can I make a request for next time we do this? Can you have another creepy picture behind you, but a different one?
Ooh, yes.
like Hillary Duff or something. Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
I say, Watson, it is a simple case of deductive reasoning. It is elementary to say that the murderer is a woman.
Holmes, could the murderer have also been a man?
Ah! Good show, Watson. Very good indeed.
Meanwhile, on the set of the Dick Van Dyke Show...
I always hope a better movie will come on during the break, and it never does. The Woman in Green. They do know this is a black and white movie, right?
Dad, may I come in?
Just a minute. Just hiding another body.
They picked a man for that purpose whose job was sniping. Who are they?
Spectre, Loki, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, who knows?
Williams spoke of a woman. The murderer came in through those French windows.
Holmes, how could you
the
tell?
mud from the garden.
Now, I deduce there was a whoopee cushion under my chair. Are you wearing green? If not, we can't see you.